Garrett Morrison settled into his first-class seat, already pulling out his laptop before the plane even took off. At 37, the CEO of Morrison Tech had perfected the art of maximizing every moment. His 4-year-old daughter, Lily, sat beside him, clutching a box of gourmet cookies. "Daddy, can I give one to someone?" Lily asked, her blonde pigtails bouncing. "After takeoff, sweetheart," Garrett said absently, his attention on his emails. But Lily was already distracted by something in the aisle. A young woman, maybe 26, was struggling to navigate while carrying an infant and a small backpack. Her blonde hair was pulled back in a messy ponytail, her clothes simple and worn. She looked exhausted. The woman found her seat in economy, just visible from where Lily sat. As she tried to settle the baby, who was beginning to fuss, Lily watched with intense interest. "Daddy, that lady has a baby," Lily whispered, "and she looks sad." Garrett glanced up briefly. "Some people are just tired, Lily." But during takeoff, when the baby began to cry and other passengers grumbled, Lily's face creased with concern. Once the seatbelt sign turned off, Lily unbuckled herself before Garrett could stop her. "Lily, sit down," Garrett said, but she was already heading down the aisle with her cookies. Garrett quickly followed. When he reached Lily, she was standing beside the young woman's seat, holding out her cookie box. "Hi," Lily said seriously, "your baby is crying and you look sad. If I share my cookie with you, will you stay? I mean, will you feel better?" The young woman looked up, startled. Her infant son was wailing, and she looked close to tears. "Oh, sweetheart, that's very kind, but I can't take your cookies. But they're really good," Lily insisted, "and sharing makes people happy. My mommy used to say that before she went to heaven." Garrett's chest tightened. His wife had passed away 2 years ago. The young woman's eyes filled with tears. "Your mommy sounds like she was very wise. She was," Lily said. "So please take a cookie." The woman took one, her hands shaking. "Thank you. I'm Rachel, and this is my son, Noah." "I'm Lily." She turned to Garrett. "Daddy, can Rachel and baby Noah sit with us? Our seats have more room." Garrett opened his mouth to refuse, but then he really looked at Rachel. At the exhaustion, the way she held her crying baby with such tenderness despite being overwhelmed. Actually, Garrett heard himself say, "Lily's right. Would you and your son like to move to first class? We have an extra seat." Rachel stared at him. "I couldn't possibly, please. My daughter is very persistent." Rachel looked at her crying baby, then at Lily's hopeful face. "Okay, thank you." Minutes later, Rachel and Noah were settled beside Lily. The extra space made an immediate difference. "What brings you on this flight?" Garrett asked. As Rachel talked, Garrett found himself genuinely interested. Rachel was a young widow. Her husband killed in a workplace accident 6 months ago. She was flying to Seattle to stay with her aunt, the only family she had left. "This ticket took every penny I had saved," Rachel explained. "I've been dreading this flight, worried about no disturbing people." "He's a baby," Garrett said. "Babies cry." Lily spoke up. "My daddy gets sad too sometimes. Maybe you and Daddy can be sad together, and then you won't be so lonely, Lily," Garrett said, his throat tight. "It's true, Daddy," Lily insisted. "You don't smile very much anymore." Rachel's eyes met Garrett's. "I'm sorry about your wife, and I'm sorry about your husband," Garrett replied. Over the next hours, they talked about loss, about single parenthood, about struggling forward. Lily entertained Noah, making him giggle. "She's wonderful with him," Rachel said. "You've raised an amazing daughter." My wife, Sarah, taught Lily about kindness. "I've just been trying not to mess up what Sarah started." Garrett learned Rachel had been a nursing student, forced to drop out when she couldn't afford tuition and childcare. "What will you do in Seattle?" Garrett asked. "Find a job. Any job. My aunt will watch Noah while I work." Garrett thought about his company's benefits: parental leave, on-site childcare, tuition reimbursement. What if you had an opportunity to finish your nursing degree while working with childcare covered? Garrett said carefully. Rachel looked at him warily. "What do you mean?" "My company has a nursing staff for our employee health center. We're looking for someone, and we provide tuition reimbursement for healthcare degrees. We also have on-site childcare." He pulled out a business card. "I'm offering you an opportunity. Call my HR director tomorrow. No pressure." Rachel stared at the card. "You're really the CEO?" "I am. We need good people. And I think you'd be an asset. But you don't know me. I know enough. You're resilient, hardworking, devoted to your son." Lily spoke up. "Because I shared my cookie, and it made you smile, and Mommy would want us to help people. Right, Daddy? Right, sweetheart?" When the plane landed, Garrett helped Rachel gather her things. "Thank you," Rachel said at baggage claim. "I'll call tomorrow." "Please do." Lily hugged Rachel's legs. "Will we see you again?" "I think you will," Rachel said, smiling through tears. 3 months later, Rachel was excelling in the nursing program and working at the health center. Noah thrived in the child care center. Rachel and Lily had become close friends, with regular play dates and dinners. And gradually, Garrett and Rachel had become something more. They understood each other's grief, respected each other's healing, supported each other's journey forward. One evening, 6 months after that flight, they sat on his porch while Lily and Noah played. "She asked me yesterday if I was going to be Noah's new mommy," Rachel said. "What did you tell her?" Garrett asked. "I said I'd like that very much." Garrett took Rachel's hand. "It is what I want. To build something new. To create a family. I want that too," Rachel said softly. Lily ran up to them. "Daddy, are we going to be a real family now?" Garrett pulled his daughter onto his lap. "Would you like that?" "Yes." I shared my cookie with Rachel, and now she's going to stay forever. Rachel laughed, tears in her eyes. "Yes, sweetheart. That's exactly how it works." 1 year after that flight, Garrett and Rachel prepared for their honeymoon. Lily and Noah, now siblings, were staying with Rachel's aunt. "Remember the day we met?" Rachel asked. "How could I forget?" Garrett replied. "My daughter decided to solve all our problems with cookies. It worked, didn't it?" Garrett pulled Rachel close. "It did. She reminded me that sometimes the most important thing is simply being kind. Sometimes the biggest miracles start with the smallest gestures. And sometimes all it takes is a child's question: 'If I share my cookie, will you stay?'" If this story reminded you that small acts of kindness can change everything, please give it a like and share it. Subscribe for more heartwarming stories about unexpected families. Leave a comment about a time when a child taught you something profound.